Hand on the game, we are not playing the same. No, we not looking to change. Hand on the wheel, they think we lacking the drive. Boy, you should stay in your lane.
Welcome to the Basement League Show, y'all. Can I get out? Can I get out? Yeah.
What do you think about guys that say Hadouken?
What?
Have y'all never seen the Game of Thrones what's it called, Happy Funland or something like that?
Happy Tree Friends?
No, it's
oh my god, Happy Tree Friends! I forgot about
someone
that.
Someone basically does bad lip reading of Game of Thrones
Oh yeah.
Oh, and one of them is Littlefinger to Sansa, and it's like, what do you think about guys who say Hadouken?
Those things are so stupid.
But today we have a subject, and what is that subject?
In celebration of Ms. Marvel coming out, which is the first episode
surprisingly good.
We'll talk about that one in a little bit. The first episode aired last week, as of the time of this filming.
At the time of filming, the second episode just came out yesterday.
It was Fridays.
Wednesdays.
Yeah,
so episode.
The Boys is Fridays.
The Boys is Fridays.
Okay, all these fucking shows came out at once. God damn it!
Christ,
it was sad though.
We'll talk about the Boys later. Yeah. Jesus.
No, God, that's like the comics. I read the comics before the Boys Blues came out, so I'm like way ahead.
Sure.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, regardless, this is that's neither here nor there nor everywhere. We're gonna actually just go over the previous existing Marvel shows and give them we'll rank them about 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, but 5 being the best. So,
and this is grading them, not necessarily which show is the best or which.
We're gonna grade them 1 through 5. Yeah. So, we're gonna start off WandaVision. Honestly, at the very beginning, my score would have been much higher. But since the biggest thing about it's a 2 by the way. My score would have been much higher when it started because the big draw of that show was the mystery. Mm-hmm. But now that there's no mystery, it severely decreases its rewatchability. So it's like a one-time through. Maybe just to see the last fight scene. It's kind of cool seeing Wanda use her powers against Agatha Harkness. Mm-hmm. But I probably would never watch it again. Unless I'm showing somebody and watching it with them.
I gotta say, especially with the follow-up that is Multiverse of Madness, it was a good movie. It was enjoyable, and it had awesome Easter eggs and things thrown at us. But as that being the follow-up to WandaVision, it kind of almost left a little lacking. I feel like there were things that they could have done for her story and the story in general that were just.
It did feel like a big empty hole.
Yeah.
And it was oh, here you are.
Yeah.
It's like watching an episode of a show and the heroes are coming to a cliff and the next episode happens down at the side.
The general
reveal. What the fuck happened?
The general reveal that she is the villain right off the bat. We knew that she was going to be a villain in some way.
Yeah.
But they could have held off a little bit longer till maybe Act 2 or 3 to be oh, by the way, I'm the villain, or by the way, I'm the one pulling the strings.
So what do you give it?
I think 2.5. It's definitely not half. I'd give it about halfway.
I already know you didn't like it, so I feel like you're gonna go hard.
I called it on the first 2 episodes, what was gonna happen. Why? Because I'm a massive Marvel fan, and this is just another storyline from the 1980s.
West Coast. He's talking about West Coast Avengers.
Yes, the West Coast Avengers. So I knew it was going to happen. I knew all about the mystery and everything. It wasn't really a mystery to me. It was okay. It was 1.
Called it.
It wasn't necessarily
okay, I'll give it a 2. I'll even I mean, visually with the black and white, they did a really good job of not making it look stupidly digital. They did a good job. So
me not knowing comic books, the show was predictable. Let's just put that off the board.
But I just knew what it was, and I was really trying really hard not to spoil it for these guys and a few other friends. I'll give it a 3 because visually it was cool. Marvel Studios does a really fucking good job at making their movies visually pop, and even if the dialogue's not great, you can still get into it.
Yeah.
AKA, I'm sorry guys, the not the Infinity Wars. It was the second to last movie.
The Eternals.
No. Yes. That's a good example. Visually awesome looking, but it was just a fucking awful movie.
Are you talking about Infinity War?
No. But Eternals is a good one because it's just beautiful and you can get behind it because it just looks really cool.
Yes.
And then the storyline was just trashed. So most people don't even remember the movie. When you ask them what happened in Eternals, most of us can't even remember.
I didn't finish it.
I had to watch it on the airplane. and I fell asleep 3 times, and I made it through.
I keep falling asleep during that movie. and
Yeah,
can't
I
finish
saw it once in theaters, and I was granted it was like midnight or later, so I was just already tired. But
Long movie.
But even then, I saw it at home, less tired, still started falling asleep. It's not that it's just slow in all the wrong places.
It's slow. It's real slow. In fact,
it's
Okay, we're not here to talk about
but
that.
I'm saying like WandaVision was just they did a really good job at making it feel like a comic book, like you're watching it like a comic book. Like I said, it was like the transitions and stuff were really cool, and that's why I've given it a 3 because they did a really good job. But like the storyline was just trash. It was like, okay, this is a throwaway storyline. They're just trying to get to what is it called?
You're just getting
Doctor Strange's
it's forward moving plot. Like it's just everything is set in a pace to move it forward to point B.
Moving along.
Moving along.
You said 1, 3.
I'll give it a 3.
Okay. Moving along. Next one.
Real quick. Allegedly, they might actually be giving it a sequel season, even though they had previously ended it with series finale.
I thought they said they weren't going to do it now.
I haven't checked Disney Plus, but allegedly there's been a change on Disney Plus that now changes it to season finale. I could be getting this mixed up with Hawkeye though, so I could be wrong. But allegedly, WandaVision got the title of the last episode got changed to season finale instead of series finale.
I thought I just read something that said they canned the idea of them getting a second season.
Did you? Okay, then that might.
No, that was recently. That was like probably like within the month.
Okay, because this was like either shortly before or like shortly after Multiverse of Madness came out. So they might have the story might have.
I've heard both, but I've also heard like they're just trying to spend as much as they can.
Yeah, they're spinning yarns and shit. And
trying to keep
honestly,
interest.
if they rounded it about and kind of, or maybe it's like House of Hardness is going to be like the follow-up. I don't know.
Maybe
There's a lot of rumors out there. It's definitely a spinoff.
Mm-hmm.
But if they can bring the story around, maybe the grade changes. But yeah, since the story kind of like fell off for Wanda, like she had a good wrap up, but I felt like the story could have been stronger.
Moving along. Falcon and Winter Soldier. I give that one a 4. The villains honestly weren't like memorable except for U.S. Agent. Well, yeah, they got the he was like the best part as far as that, as far as the villains go. Yeah. I like the way they presented him and
I've heard a reference of Johnny Mayonnaise.
Him and his buddy.
No.
I can't remember his name.
Fuck, Battlestar.
Battlestar.
There we go.
I just can't remember what his real name.
I like
is.
I like the way they represented them. I like the character, how he changed from being like this guy who was like, I am Captain America to fuck all of y'all.
Yeah.
Like I like his character development. That I like seeing Anthony Mackie's character development, even though he still can't fight for shit.
Yeah,
I think I don't know if he's a bad choreographer or what. Like his fight scenes always always painful to watch.
He's so tall. He's supposed to be a flight, so it looks really awkward because his limbs are really long. He's just a big dude.
How tall is he?
He's like 6'3".
6'3".
It had Sebastian Stan. It had fucking Baron Zemo, which
awesome.
His character,
club dancing scene.
His character stole the whole fucking show because
he did.
He did a really good job on him. And then I do like the buddy cop feel between Falcon and Winter Soldier.
We got to see Io from Wakanda.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's some good stuff. Oh my god, when the Dora Milaje showed up, you hear he's like, chuk, 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 chuk. And I was like, ah! That was such a good close to an episode.
You hear the panda boots.
Yes. Oh my god, that shit was good.
Dude.
It's like
that scene where
they're literally saying like you're not gonna get out of here alive, and they're literally saying you're not gonna get out of here. They're like, we gotta fight all of them.
That scene where they fucking put John Walker on his ass, and when
Oh, he's like, listen.
Lamar. That's his partner's name. Was Lamar Hoskins.
Lamar. Yeah.
But when he picks him up, John's just like, they didn't even have super soldier serum.
They were superpowered. Yeah, no, they weren't. They just
He was just
some bad bitches.
Some bad bitches
with spears.
They are the royal guard for a reason, my dude.
But in truth, and that's those aspects, the characters, the like the at least stronger. They might have been B storylines,
Yeah.
but the stronger story. Because unfortunately, the B storylines were the stronger storylines in that show.
Yeah.
So the storyline of Bucky and his healing. Sam.
And he's flirting with Sam's sister incessantly.
Yeah. he likes her.
But spends 1 year in Africa and suddenly he got jungle fever.
He likes her. He likes him some Miss Wilson.
He does.
But he also
Very flirtatious.
He's clearly got something going on with Io. Like there's clearly something going on there too. Bucky just likes it.
He likes.
Oh, but you don't give y'all scores.
Oh, I'm saying those aspects, the underlying character development. That's why I give it the score that I still do, which is a 3. It's,
Okay.
I'll meet it halfway.
Okay.
But just knowing what I know about, and especially just some of the bad edits, like the afterthought, like ADR that's added in, just these lines and these certain dialogues that you can clearly tell were like secondary thoughts because they had to change the story around so much, like all this off-screen talking and stuff. It just seemed real choppy. Everything seemed real choppy. Like I said, the B storylines and the B story arcs were better than the overall like A plot point, which was the fucking, what are they called, the fucking red ham thing.
Yeah.
Flag Smashers.
Which is a terrible name.
Yeah. I get where
Flag
they came.
Smashers came from the 1950s.
I know.
That's where the name came
I mean,
from.
you think
And that
you
was awesome in the 50s.
I'm sure it was.
No,
in the
Carl
50s.
Carl Morgenthau, Flag Smasher, the single person that was called Flag Smasher, great character, cool. Like he was a good nemesis for Captain America. A whole group called Flag Smashers, led by Carly Morgenthau.
Yeah, I was stupid, but
They could have done better, but again, they had to change the plot point because of COVID and everything. The original plot was supposed to involve a virus of some sort. That's why the first or second episode is him and Bucky finding antidotes and finding healing, like medicine and shit. Because that story just like came and went out of nowhere. Like it was that storyline of getting medicine and helping sick people was just gone by episode 2 or 3.
I didn't catch that, but I feel like they still could have just stuck with that story. Who cares if it was COVID? Like,
It's just because of it being filmed and released during like smack dab at the like middle or start of COVID, that people were just worried about backlash. So they
motherfucker, it's a superhero movie.
so they changed it from from world affecting virus to whatever the fuck the A story was of bringing or splitting the world apart and shit. And
nah, fuck that shit. No, they should just left it.
no, they should have instead of the shitty division like story plot that we got, or lack thereof division. So yeah, I give it a 3. Sorry to wrap my coherent
holy
bullshit.
shit, that was long as fuck to give it a 3. I give it a 4. I'm probably the biggest Captain America fan ever. Like half my office is Cap. Falcon's probably one of my biggest like think about this. When I started reading comic books in the early 90s, you had Black Lightning from DC.
Yeah, Panther.
You had Black Panther, and you had Falcon. And then they added Rhodey into there like a little bit later, so it was like fun. It was cool to see a bright, colorful character like the Falcon and be a badass,
Like the 80s, right?
like a badass and stuff.
So did Luke Cage. So did Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Luke Cage was such a minor character.
And he was actually, a jive talking one.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Luke Cage was, but he wasn't like he was
very
more.
blaxploitation.
He was such a street level person. Like it wasn't like a major hero. He just kind of was there, and if you didn't like pick that Iron Fist comic book up, you wouldn't know anything about Luke Cage. So like the main parts, like Falcon was like it. He's like Captain's partner, So it was like a big deal to see him to get the shield. That was like a really powerful moment. Yeah. And it seems so silly and corny, and people don't realize like for a black kid like me to see Falcon become that black character, become
Captain America.
becoming the symbol of
that was
greatness.
probably the best plot of the whole show was him
getting it, and
his conflict with becoming Captain America.
Yeah,
And Isaiah Bradley.
Yeah, you got to see Isaiah Bradley. You got Elijah.
Elijah
Bradley is the young one.
So
Patriot.
supposedly they're gonna have
Young Avengers, allegedly.
yeah.
But all that to say, like, it's really cool to see that, and that's the reason I'm getting it 4. Plus, Sebastian plays probably one of the best brooding characters of all time. It really sucks because he would make an awesome Red Hood. and I don't think he would jump to play that character because Winter Soldier literally is Red Hood.
I'd still like to see what's his name, Jensen Ackles.
Yeah, Jensen Ackles play him. He could play. He could be.
I mean, he's not. He's like, he might be 40 now, but he's still pretty like he's youthful looking still.
There's some characters, but I'll just say like 40. It was really good. It moved along pretty well. It wasn't not nowhere slow in places. It was silly where it needed to be. It was very serious when it needed to be. It was like moving, and like you said, seeing Agent struggle himself with holding the shield. Yeah. And how big of a deal it was to actually hold the shield.
Again, solid character.
So you got to see like all these characters like almost battling over this, like who's gonna get this. And it wasn't just because it's Captain America, but it's because it's fucking Captain America. Like the America part's like a huge deal in this show. So you get to see that struggle.
Not just a hero.
Or Captain Falcon, somebody in the show shouts out.
Yeah. Captain Falcon. Yeah. But it was really cool. I'll give it a 4. Yeah.
Next one we have to go with, as Alex said, is the highest score. It's a 5. Loki.
Oh, yeah.
Loki, that was fucking amazing.
That's like a 7 out of 5.
You could rewatch the shit out of it.
Hands down. I just rewatched it a couple.
So many Easter eggs.
So many Easter eggs when they goes to that other dimension when he meets the other Lokis. Like so much better. And the Thanos copter.
Yeah.
In the background.
It did have a Thanos copter.
You see the head of the Living Tribunal.
Yeah, you do. The Living Tribunal is like out in the background.
And you see like a Kang Industries built, like bank building or whatever.
Yep. It's insane. The story was good. There's still like a mystery to it, but it's still like exciting.
I was gonna say you see his chair too.
You get to see freaking Kang before he's evil, which is really good. You get to see a precursor to like what he is.
You see Kang as what's his name?
The one above all. No.
The last. Fuck. I can't fucking remember it now.
But anyway, that guy.
Yeah. That guy.
He Who Remains.
He Who Remains.
Yeah, yes, He Who Remains.
Because he's not quite. He references Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, he does. He's like, I've
had many names.
A conqueror. I was like, he said, what's that, Leo DiCaprio? He pointed the screen.
A king, pharaoh, conqueror.
That's gonna be so fucking good. I can't wait to see him play the character. I also want to see how they have designed, because you also saw a small little figurine. Well, I say figurine.
He better have a blue face, or I'll be mad as fuck.
Oh, I'm sure.
The little small, like these miniatures of himself that he had on the table.
Yeah.
And he tried to get a good look at it to see if that was going to give any kind of hint as to how his suit's going to look. Because how accurate are they going to get it?
I mean, they went with the green and purple suit for He Who Remains, so like they're clearly sticking to pretty like they've been.
Yeah, but I want him to have like the face mask, blue face.
Well, he's gonna have the. It might be like a helmet, but he's gonna have.
But for artistic for actor reasons, he's gonna have that off like half the movie. He's gonna be like,
because they gotta
like Thanos. Thanos only had his armor on for like 10 minutes in the first movie.
Which is sad because he's that armor
about 10 minutes. I think they wanted him to have his armor on for like as little as possible. Want to make it like for Infinity War. His armor was to make him like so that it shows that he's still on the defensive. Once he got that second Infinity Stone, he took his armor off because he now like they're establishing that there's nothing that's gonna stop him. Oh, fun. His removal of his armor was pretty much foreshadow.
Okay.
So but the armor in the book comics just makes him look bigger.
Oh yeah, sure.
You want him to be this mini, and it sucks you don't have the X-Men and stuff too, so you don't have him like fucking body Juggernaut and Colossus. So it's like weird because he just he bodied.
We don't
he
have
put the fucking mitts on.
Dude,
Oh,
you're still talking about Thanos. I thought we were Thanos pieced Hulk up.
Hulk didn't want to come out and play anymore.
But again, we
for
get
a whole movie.
Yeah, no. Again, we get off subject though. He Who Remains with Loki, like I'm with you. I give it a 5.
I can't wait to see
that is hands down
just how they're gonna develop the character, because he's gonna be appearing again in Ant-Man in Quantumania, right?
I think he's gonna be in Quantumania. I can't remember what his name is right now. But he's going to be in Quantumania coming up. He's going to be. He got referenced sort of.
The actors. Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors. There you go. He's going to be in Quantumania. He's going to be in. Obviously in Loki 2, which is coming out, I think, end of this year, beginning of next year.
I like they're doing the same like they did with Thanos before they had TV. He was in bits and pieces of Marvel, so they're just throwing him in bits and pieces.
Because he even gets I was gonna wait to reference it until he brought it up, but he even slightly gets referenced in what's it called, Moon Knight, you see some cultist and he's got the symbol of Kang on his jean jacket.
Oh yeah, someone froze.
Yeah.
Did a freeze frame on that, and
Yeah.
so that was like his like an alternate him or something like that. That's right.
Pharaoh Ramatet.
Yeah. Anyways, I give it a 5. It was really, really well done. They did an amazing job of showing the many levels of the universe and how time works inside of the Marvel universe. There's a lot of information. They did a really good job. Loki, like, it's really cool. It's really cool because in the comic books, I'm always bringing back to the comic books rather than just the show because they take a lot from the comic books. In the comic books, especially with Thor: Love and Thunder coming out, which is also a badass series in the comic books, guys.
Do you think we'll see? Do you think we'll get any glimpse of Loki, like even in a joking manner, like popping through a portal?
You're gonna have to have something.
Here's something. Here's Thor like threatening, like, hey, if my brother's not dead, I'm gonna strangle him myself. Like
They gotta do
and
something.
then Loki just like kind of backs right back up into the portal.
Or it needs to be the end credit sequence.
Yeah, or like an end credit or something. Like
He's got to be in some capacity. He has to be.
I don't think he will be. I think if that's they gotta. Marvel's really good at keeping it close to the.
Can't relate to a nigga if he never left the States. I'm a kind of guy, baby. I'm Japanese born and raised.